For a simple girl who had weird nighttime defects, the complete chaos her life turned into set her far out of her comfort zone. Madison had no idea how to handle all the changes that had taken place. From living alone with an aging butler to a house with two parents, her cousin, angels crawling out of the woodwork, and now two women she barely knew. Everything had taken its toll on her stress level. The urge to kick everyone out just so she could go swimming by herself refused to go away. Everyone managed to get on her nerves just by being there. Even Kennedy, whom she loved as a sister, found a way to make Madison want to scream in frustration. Each time she entered a room, someone else's body already took up space. She had no idea how that could be possible in a mansion the size of hers. Feeling the need to escape, she walked out the foyer and around the back. As a child, she used to climb the trees to escape her mother's lectures on appropriate behavior. Though it had been years since she attempted it, she bet she could still reach high enough to get a few minutes of privacy. Madison knew she'd reached her threshold of social graces. She needed to think, to take in everything she'd learned. Most of all, she needed to get away from the ever-present look of Brian's haunted eyes. It took her a few moments to find a tree with a low enough branch for her to start her climb. The hard bark cut into her delicate palms, but she advanced further. She swung up her legs and locked them around the branch at the knee. Then she twisted up to sit, then stand on the limb to go higher. Just the simple act calmed her frazzled nerves. Once she reached far enough in the tree that she figured no one would be able to see her, she sat down on the ledge the tree seemed to have created just for her, with her back up against the trunk. The void of human voices created a sense of calm from the roots of her hair to the tips of her toes. Madison breathed a sigh of relief.
You'll have to find another tree. This one is mine.
The sound of a deep male voice scared Madison so badly, she jerked back and would have fallen from her perch had two strong hands not grabbed her first. "You scared me," she shrieked.
Sorry, but really, this is my tree. Go find your own.
Uriel said. "What do you mean it's your tree?" Madison demanded, annoyed that he interfered with her peace and quiet.
As in, I've been climbing this very tree to get away from your mother's long-winded speeches since before you were born.
Madison couldn't stem the giggle at the thought of a grown man, an archangel, hiding in a tree. Really?
I love your mother, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I just want to deck your grandparents.
The idea of family beyond her two parents intrigued Madison. I have grandparents.
Yes, and they are ridiculous snobs. Humans have nothing on demon royalty entitlement. They raised her as a princess, and she expects it to continue. Sometimes she forgets the world doesn't revolve around her.
He said. She would have had the urge to defend her mother if it weren't for the twinkle in Uriel's eye. He may have issues with her grandparents, but his love for her mother couldn't be questioned. What was she lecturing you about?
Oh, I have no idea. I just nod at appropriate times and pray she comes up with a solution on her own, which she always does. Your mother likes to give the illusion of sharing control, but the reins are tightly gripped in her dainty hands. I like it that way. I get to do my thing, she does hers, and we meet in the middle.
I used to hide from her in trees, too. Madison said she just shared a secret with her father, something she'd never been able to do with the man who had raised her.
She knew, she blamed me. I told her to let you have your trees. She used to wish you'd go find your trees when you were a teenager.
Everything is so out of control. I feel like I can't breathe, there are so many people around. She hadn't meant to divulge her complaints to him, but she was stressed out and, well, he was there.
I know we're a lot alike. I know you are having a hard time with the boatload of changes we're all tossing at you, but it won't always be this way. Everything just kind of happened at once. I'm so very sorry for not being honest with you.
Madison turned on the branch so she could look at the man who helped create her. She viewed him as a father instead of as a stranger. Through eyes which held no condemnation, she tried to see what he'd been through and if she could understand enough to forgive him. I know you probably won't understand, but you took away the one person in my life who I thought would never leave me. Andrew meant the world to me because he made me feel safe and secure. I didn't have to pretend everything was all right as I nursed catastrophic wounds. He just called the doctor and fixed me up. My own mother couldn't stand the sight of me hurting, so she packed up and moved to a foreign country. I thought my father was a useless peon in her world, but Andrew stood by my side.
All of those things you say are true, but what I need you to understand is I am Andrew. The only thing changed is my appearance. I will never leave you. It is my honor and privilege to make sure you are safe and secure. I have every doctor in the county on speed dial just for you. You will never be alone.
What about when you go fight demons or whatever with the other angels? Madison asked.
You can come with me. If your mother can take you to hell with a few million demons, I can take you to fight one.
That thought had massive appeal. Fighting alongside Brian, her father, and the others sounded like something she'd enjoy, especially if it meant going after the demons who tortured the women in her dreams. "When's my birthday?" she asked.
May 16th, why?
He asked. "What's my favorite color?"
Blue, well, blue-green is ocean a color.
"Are there any other secrets you are keeping from me?"
I punched your 8th grade teacher for calling you an odd duck.
In 8th grade, her teacher had been a miserable man named Jack Kingsley. Madison could still remember the pursed lips and pinched nose. The man had delighted in torturing Madison if she dared fall asleep in his class. The entire year, he went out of his way to ensure the entire class knew Madison didn't fit in with the rest of them. The stigma stayed with her clear through high school. "You punched him?" she asked, unable to keep the thrill of joy out of her voice.
Right square in the nose, he was a putz.
Somehow that one act proved, far beyond anything he could have said, he'd always been there for her in one way or another. She only wished he hadn't waited 30 years to tell her. "I forgive you," she said.
I'm glad now, as your father, can I offer some advice.
She didn't know how he went from being forgiven to jumping right into fatherly advice, but she nodded anyway.
Brian doesn't understand human emotions. He sees things exactly as they are without the social and emotional baggage we carry. He's led an exceptionally sheltered existence. He only worked with young children and has never learned about human nature after adolescence. In angel culture, he had no expectation of ever finding a mate. He would have been grateful to live only to serve his wards and forego any chance of finding happiness for himself.
Madison couldn't do anything but stare at Uriel. That's awful, so he's never even had a girlfriend before.
We kept close tabs on him while he learned the ropes on Earth. His entire world consists of making sure the ward he saved is taken care of and swimming. He has no patience for human interactions, well, and food. The boy loves to eat.
"I don't know how to respond to this," Madison said. A rustle of the wind blew between them, and she swore she could smell azaleas in bloom.
I'm only telling you this because it's obvious to everyone in the house but him. You are pretty ticked off. You must lay things out for him. He will never be able to guess.
The heat of a blush rose up, and she hung her head in shame. Everyone knew. Uriel nodded.
You all but bit Michael's head off for using your kitchen, as they planned on which portals to blow up.
"I'm so sorry, I just got so overwhelmed. Then I saw Abigail in his arms, and I decided he only wanted to protect me. Kennedy made me question my thought process, but it's not like he's forthcoming with his own thoughts or feelings."
He's a man, stereotypes are there for a reason. You must lead this dance until he finds his footing. I can assure you he's not at all interested in Abigail. He said she talked too much and wouldn't stop staring at him.
"Oh great, now I have to apologize twice, once for sneaking off into hell, and for assuming he wouldn't be interested in me beyond someone woman he needs to take a few bullets for." Uriel laughed. Madison took a moment to look at him. His jawline mirrored her own. While she knew she had her mother's eyes, she had her father's mouth. He put his hand on her shoulder, and she covered it with her own.
Do you think we can start over?
He asked. "I don't think we have to. Just be here, be a part of my life, and be honest. That's all we need to get past this."
I can't imagine anywhere else I'd rather be.
They sat in silence while Madison digested the information she'd learned about Brian. It made sense. He wouldn't have a clue why she got offended when she saw him with Abigail on the front steps. They needed to have a heart-to-heart, and she needed to let him know she wanted more from him than a strong arm and the ability to guard her from danger. One thing she knew for certain, this might be her father's tree, but he had to share it with her. "Do you think Mastema will come after Tiffany and Abigail?" Madison asked. Her father sighed.
No, Mastema isn't looking for Tiffany and Abigail. He's looking for someone who can create portals which lead to both heaven and hell.
"He's looking for me, isn't he?" she asked, though she'd long since figured out the answer.
He already knows where to find you.